Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Tuesday to you. Tuesday means it's time for stories and stamps, and I am making something really fun with you today. I got a swap a few weeks ago in Arnhem at the Stampin' Up! Dream Girls and Friends Team Day, and sadly, I don't remember who it's from because when I unwrapped everything and unpackaged everything, some of the little slips of paper with the instructions and the names got separated from the project. So if this is your project, please claim it. Okay. I changed it up completely because I wanted to go with a gold and cream theme. My name is Jackie Vandersar-Boot, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada and in Europe. So I have two separate businesses, but both fall under the name of the Pampered Stamper, which is a good thing because my name has been quite confusing. You can still find me under Bolcha in the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator locator. Okay, Jacomina, my Dutch name in Europe, and Jackie in Canada. So without any further ado, let's take a look. We are using a stamp set that really reminds me of myself. My curly hair, I love hats, I love wine, I love reading, I love dogs, I love coffee. If I got to choose $1 million stamp set, it would be something like this, I think. So maybe we'll do a second in the moment stamp when we get that far. I am on the cusp of 600,000 CSV in career sales. So I'm really excited about that. It would really make me happy to make that goal by the end of the year. So if you're feeling it in you to support my business, the links are below for shopping with me. So that's just a very bold request. Anyway, we're using in the moment and we're using the deckled circle dies. Now, I don't know if you've seen these, but look how many there are. There are 14, and we are using the fourth from the smallest. Now, I tried the fifth from the smallest because I wanted a bigger image, but that doesn't work. So the fourth from the smallest, I have already stamped and embossed this lovely girl drinking her cup of coffee in the window. I love window seats, by the way. So we're just going to cut that out with the die cutting machine, okay? And here is the original project that I got. And what's really cool about this is it opens up and then there's this big opening. You can get quite a nice little gift in there and it just shuts like that. So, and then the sides are held together by this little pleated accordion fold of paper. So here is mine. For this one, I used the image of the girl reading in bed with the dog, and then I stamped some snowflakes in the background, and everything is embossed in gold. And then for the little on top, I used a retired die from Hippos and Friends, but you can use whatever die that you have that will fit across there. You could even, just cut it by hand, but it looks really nice with that little stitched version. Now here, you might want to take a screenshot of this. I've given you the measurements, and I can't really zoom out. If I go like this, that gives it to you just about. But anyway, send me a message and I'll send you a picture of this so that you can copy it yourself. Okay. So before we get started on the bag, I'm going to make the little sides with you first because that is the trickiest part, I think. Now the pleated sides are 3.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall. So what I did was instead of doing them separately, I took a whole 12-inch strip, and that way I have 4 sides at once. So that means I only have to score once, and then I cut a few times and have all my sides. So I'm going to put this in here, and paper trimmers have centimeters and inches. So for this project, I'm using both inches and centimeters. Now don't freak out. This is 3.5 inches, but it's much easier to do the math with centimeters than it is with 5/8 of an inch. 5/8, 10/8, I thought, oh goodness, that's awful. But 1.5 centimeters, that's easy. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, and then 7.5. So you're going to use this gray blade. And my biggest, most important tip is do not press hard or you will cut through your paper, even though it's a scoring blade. So press lightly. And then I'm going to go to 3 centimeters here, and then we're going to turn to the other side. So 1.5 inches, centimeters, and then 3 centimeters, and lightly press, okay? Do not press hard or you will slice. And trust me, ask me how I know. So we've done 1.5 and we've done 3. Now we're going to 4.5. Lightly, people, lightly. Just keep telling yourself that because we get excited and then we press too hard. So after 4.5, we're going to go to 6. So you see, we are using our math lightly, lightly. And then from 6, we're going to 7.5. And remember, lightly and the gray blade. So now we're going to cut it at 3 inches. So it's 3 inches high, 3.5 inches wide, and now I'm going to have 4 sides. So that's great. This is just a nice way to save time. Okay? So I need 2. 2 for this one and 2 for another project that I'm going to make. And now we're just going to fold them. And because I scored lightly, it's not a deep crease. It's just more of a guide. Because you don't want it to break. And you know, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect either, okay? Mine isn't perfect, it really isn't. And that's okay, not a big deal. And let's see if I can do this one a little bit better. I'm not a patient person. Gerard will laugh when he's listening to this. And see here, I didn't do it right either. I didn't go on the score line. See, I might have scored, I was a little scared because I really did slice through my one paper. So I was scared to have that happen again. But like I said, it doesn't matter. This is just the side of a gift bag. And I actually want them to go the other way. So I'm just going to do it again. So here. And you know what? You wouldn't even have to measure. You can just fold this up too. But it's nice to have it measured. And then on either side, we're going to put a piece of tear and tape. Oh, I seem to have misplaced my tear and tape. Let me find it. Well, while I was getting the tear and tape, I thought I might as well do this. So I trimmed my image through the die cutting machine, and here we have her. So we're just going to put her aside, but look how pretty she is. There. And so I'll put this away so I don't lose it. And now we're going to do our little tear and tape trick. So we're going to put a piece of tear and tape on either side of this accordion fold. And I didn't really measure, but it's just going to go, and it's going to go close. Let me get in here to the side and other side. There, give it a good rub. We're going to do that here. I'm just folding it down a little bit so that you can see better. If it doesn't go all the way to the end, that's not the end of the world. It's not going to hold a 10-pound gift. So you know what? Don't sweat the small stuff. And look at this. It's the end of my tear and tape. I need to place an order today anyway. As demonstrators, we can pre-order today out of the new catalog. And we can also get celebration stuff already. So that's one of the benefits to having the starter kit. So, okay. So now, in order to get that little tear and tape off, I don't use this adhesive very often because, like I said, I'm not patient. So I don't like having to take the time to fiddle fart with getting that little, and some people have no trouble at all. And it's probably because they just take that extra half second to do it properly. And I don't. See here, it's stuck together. Well, that's probably because it was at the end of the roll. Okay. Be nice to yourself, Jackie. Okay, let's put that away. We don't want to get something stuck on it. And I probably am doing this completely backwards. I should have had my baggy part done first, but you know what? I kind of like to show you that if I can do it, anyone can do it, okay? Because I'm squirrely. My kids think I have ADD, which is quite possible. You know what? I've lived my whole life, and it hasn't been a problem. So there you have it. Okay, so now we need a piece of very vanilla. We're going to get the paper trimmer in here. And we're going to cut it, and it's going to be 2 3/4 inches wide. Okay, so 2 3/4 inches, which is about 7 centimeters. And we're just going to cut that all the way down. And then it has to be 10 inches. So I've taken the arm out. See the 10? Now my computer's a little bit in the way here. Turn it sideways, and that end goes all the way to the 10. There. And now we're going to make our score lines. So we're going to score at 1.5. And since this is cardstock, it's not a princess, okay? So score, you can press fairly hard. 2.5, so 1.5, 2.5, 5 3/4, 6 3/4, and that's it. And now, this is the trickiest part for this whole thing. I want this not to be a plain old flap. I want it to be a pretty little edge. See? So this is my hippos and dies. This is a retired die, but Stampin' Up! Comes up with so many dies every year. So you can just see what you have in your repertoire. And if you don't have one, you can ask me for recommendations. You can buy yourself a Christmas present. So I don't want to lay it like this because then it's going to cut my piece, right? I only want this part cut. So what I'm going to do is put this part through here. There, look at that. And now we're going to slide it up. And I'm going to eyeball it. Again, it's just a box, okay? This is not rocket science. I'm going to tape it down. See, it's not even perfect on both sides. Really, I don't sweat the small stuff because it's going to get tucked underneath anyway. See, I don't know what she used. She used a punch or something. I have no idea. Maybe it was a corner punch. But it's going to get tucked underneath here anyway, so it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to put that on our platform of our die cutting machine. And you know what? I'm lazy, so I don't feel like getting my die cutting machine and putting it underneath where I'm videoing. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put the platform here, and then I'm going to run it through my machine and be right back. All right, let's take a look-see. This is just washi tape, and I'm hoping it doesn't rip my paper. I don't always use this. See, so it actually worked out really well. So just slowly peel this off. That looks good. Now this one. There. See, and you know what? I did goof a little bit. I got a little too close to the edge, and that little tip is cut off. I'm not going to stress about it. Okay, so now we're going to get our bone folder, and we're going to fold on all those lines. Okay, here we go. So fold, give it a nice press. Nice press. So this is just really easy. It's just a strip of cardstock that has a few score lines. But of course, it's helpful to know what the measurements are. Okay. Now I want to decorate this. I want to stamp some snowflakes on here, and I want to stamp my relax on here. Okay. So let's see. Here I have my, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And we're going to stamp it in Versamark, and we're going to emboss in gold. So what you want to do is you do want to take a minute to go like this with the embossing buddy. And what happened to my Versamark? Okay, yes, I re-inked my Versamark yesterday, so it's nice and juicy. Tap, tap, tap. And I should stand up, but I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? I did it quite straight. I'm pretty happy with myself. So I've got all my embossing powders in here. This little tray comes with the embossing buddy, and it comes with tweezers, and it comes with this brush, and they're really high quality, which I love. I hate junk. I love when I buy things, I'd like them to last just about forever. So we're going to use gold. And we'll sprinkle it on here. Tap it off. And now we will, okay. Now, I don't know if there was a little hair in there I'm wearing a really fluffy sweater, so I'm just going to use this pokey and just go in between to get rid of it. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close. Alrighty. My thing is plugged in. And I'm just going to hold it on there, and as soon as it starts to change, then I'll change it. Then I'll move it. It takes a little bit before it gets, there it goes. So you want to check and just tilt it back and forth to make sure it's shiny. Once it's shiny everywhere, you don't want to keep heating it, or otherwise you will cook it and it'll turn black. You'll burn it. Okay, so don't do that. Now on this side, I want to do a few snowflakes. So let's get the embossing buddy again. And I might do them a little bit less than on the other one. I found the other one just a smidge busy. Take a look. With my big snowflakes in there, I just want to do the light ones. And these are from ooh, Light Divine, I think. Stars at Night. It's on sale. Okay. Right here. And right here. And then I'm going to turn it a bit sideways. There. Now, let's pour it on. It's always a little bit like magic to see, well, what really happened. Give it a flick. Okay. Now we're going to heat it up again. And there it goes. You can see it changing. There. Well, doesn't that look pretty? And you know what? I don't know what it was about. I was just quiet for a minute while I was doing those stars, and it reminded me that I need to share something with you. And that is, I am doing a pay it forward event for the first time. At least it's not really the first time I've done something like this, but I'm more of a creative person. And believe it or not, I struggle with marketing because I'm not patient. Well, I figured out how to make a form. So I've used JotForm so you can sign up. And I'm going to do a Zoom class on the 13th. That's 8 days from now. And for $20 or whatever your currency is, you can pay to join me in a Zoom class. And I will take all the money that's donated and I'm going to use it to buy kits for the Mental Health Association and for the Women's Shelter. So that, because you know what, people need something special in their lives, and creativity helps take the focus off our troubles. So I hope that you join me. The other option to join in this class is to place an order yourself. You can place a $60 order through me, but of course you need to be living in Canada or in Europe in order to be able to do that. Whereas the Zoom, the Pay It Forward, you can be anywhere in the world. So I will include the link to that form in my YouTube description so that you can join in. And I'm gonna be teaching you how to make gifty things with your paper leftovers for Christmas. Gift card holders, ornaments, and little bags. So I hope you join me. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, I'm excited about this. Let's see. Now we're ready to do the sides to seal up our bag. So we have these. And the thing to remember is that the pleats have to be facing the outside of the bag. So I'm going to put this like so. I'm just going to turn it sideways because that works better for me. And get fairly close to the edge, not right to the edge, but center it a little bit in there. So that's one. And now I'm going to find my other one. Fold it up. Anyway, I'm super happy that you're here with me. It's so exciting to see my YouTube channel growing and to get new members for my membership thing. So for my membership thing, you get bonus videos and PDF tutorials. So message me if you have any questions and I'll tell you about it. All right, so I'm holding these down and now I want this to go near the top, just below that fold. And now I'm pressing it down here. And now I'm opening it up and just finishing it like so. There. So now we have, oh, look, I can press that a little bit further. There. Now we have our little bag, and all I have to do is take the little girl and pop it up with some dimensionals, and then we're done. Wow. I'm so excited. This was easier than I thought. I mean, I did one trial run this morning because I thought I've never done this before. I need to see if it works. Now, when you're putting your dimensionals on here, you want to keep them well away from where that little tabby is going down. Like, so it's going to come in behind here. But I want it to be strong, so I'm putting 4 on here. And then in the inside, you could put a little face mask. You can put, I'll show you what I did on mine. I was quite tickled with this idea. So, oh, actually, you know what? Go like so. Kind of hold it shut, and then you can put this on so that you can still see the relax. See, otherwise it's going to be too. Isn't that so cute? Oh, of course, those little things stick everywhere, right? So look at that. I think it's adorable. Just simple paper. And now look what I did. I went to, um, it's kind of like Sephora in North America. It's called Ici Paris, and it's like a makeup store. And I needed some stuff. And then look, I did put a little dimensional on here because mine was flipping out a little bit. You could put a little Velcro thing, but you don't have to. It does tuck underneath, but look, they give you samples. So I thought, well, how much fun is it to put a little sample in here for your friend? There. I'll put a little tea bag in there too because that's always nice. So that's it. Let me grab the instructions. Here's the instructions again. So you're using a die to cut the tab at the top. Then you have a piece that's 10 inches by 2 3/4, and you're scoring at 1.5, 2.5, 5 3/4, 6 3/4. And then the sides are 3 inches by 3.5 inches, or 9 centimeters by 7.5, and you're scoring at every 1.5 centimeters. Okay. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me today. And you know what? I realized I didn't really tell you a story, and the story is this. I was not a gifty person at all until I came to Europe. I only made cards and scrapbook pages, and occasionally some artwork for the wall, a sampler of some sort. And I just thought, why would you make gifty things? People just throw them away. Well, the truth of the matter is that people will throw homemade cards away too after a while. And I realized how nice it is to get something that's in a cute package. It's really special. It makes a person feel treasured. And who doesn't need to feel that way? So if you want to make someone else feel like they are special, that they mean something, that people are touched when they know that you took the time to make something just for them. And not everyone is into cards, but most people do love a nice little gift in a cute little package. So I hope you like this, and message me if you want me to send you a picture of the dimensions. Okay? Have a super day. Thanks for joining me, and give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. That helps me so much. Have a super day and happy Christmas holidays. Bye.